Hello. Welcome to Fun to Tester. Today we are going to discuss bubble sort algorithm, which is a simplest sorting algorithm. Using this, we will understand how we can sort the unsorted array, which is having negative values as well as positive values, and we are going to discuss few edge cases as well. And apart from this, after end of the video, you will get a code, and this video is available in a Hindi language as well. So if you want to learn in a Hindi language, you can go to the description section and you can find the video link. So let's get started after a small intro, and before that, don't forget to like, share and subscribe Fun to Tester.
Camera rolling, action.
So here we are having this as an input array, and this array has a 6 element index starting from 0 and it will go up to the 5. So now in bubble sort algorithm we can sort in a two different manner. So either we can sort from the initial first index, or we can start from the last index. So how this gonna work is, after first iteration, if we are starting from this one, then this part is sorted. So after first iteration, this is the smallest element, so this will come here. Or if you are starting from the last position, then biggest element, which is 90, will place here after the first iteration. Then second iteration we are going to secure second last element, which is a 15, then third last element, which is 11. So like this, after each and every iteration we are going to secure one element, and here we are going to compare two elements at the same time. So if there are two elements, we are going to compare 3 and 90. So here I have written the condition: input array I greater than input array I plus 1. So basically we are going to check this condition. Here we are not going to swap the element, but if it is like this, for example 90 greater than minus 10, so this condition is true. In this case we are going to swap the element. So let's understand from the first iteration. So now we are considering as a first iteration. We are considering this as an input array for a first one. So 3, 90, minus 10, 11, 15 and minus 88. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 elements, and in a first iteration we are at this level. First iteration we are going to swap, we are going to check each and every element with a next element. So we are going to make a pair of a two element. So first this two pair, then this two pair, then this two. So like this we are going to make a pair, and we are going to check if this is a greater than I plus 1 or not. So like that we are going to do. So here we are going to consider as a first iteration. So in a first iteration we are going to compare these two elements, 3 and 90. So here there won't be this condition won't satisfied, so we won't do anything after a first iteration. So we are going to write as it is: 3, 90, minus 10, 11, 50 and minus 88. This is what is going to happen after the first iteration. Now we are going to consider as a second iteration. In this second iteration we are having a 90 greater than minus 10. So this condition is true. In this case we are going to swap the elements. So what happens? It will be like 3, minus 10, 90, 11, 50 and minus 88. So this is the second iteration. Later on we are going to move one index further, and here we have these two elements. In this case also 90 is greater than 10, 90 is greater than 11. This condition is again true. In this case again we are going to swap these elements. So 3, minus 10, 11, 90, 50, minus 88. This is our third iteration of internal for loop. This internal for loop, here we are talking about this for loop. Now we are going to go with one more iteration, which is a 19 and 15. So again this condition is satisfied. This condition is true. In this case we are going to swap the element. So at a fourth iteration we will have something like this: 90 and 88. So this is the fourth iteration, and again this condition is satisfied. This condition is true. In this case we are going to swap the element. So 3, minus 10, 11, 50, minus 88 and 90. So this is the fifth iteration, and for outer for loop this is the first iteration. So here what we did is, first we have started from the outer for loop. So here we are going to consider, we are going to loop twice, because we have to consider this element with every element, then this element with again every element, this element with again each and every element. So like this we are going to iterate. So here first preserve the last condition. We are going to find a maximum largest element, and we are going to place at the last index. So here we are considering last index input array dot length minus 1. Why we have written length minus 1? Because after first iteration here, if we are here I, and then this value will be I plus 1. So we are going to do something later on. If we are consider this element as a I and here I plus 1, we will get an exception. So that's why we are writing input array length minus 1, and after outer for loop we are going to do the decrement last index minus minus, which means after the first iteration we have secured this position. Here 90 will come. So later on no need to worry, our array length will be this much. We are not going to deal with this element because this element is already sorted. That's why last index will become a 4. Earlier it was a 5. Now it will become a 4. We have to iterate up to the 4 only in a next iteration. And here it will start from the I. I is equal to 0. So we have at 0th index, we have this element 0. At 0th index as a first input array, in a first iteration we are having a 3. So here we are considering this and input array length. So this is the 0th and input last index, which is a 5. And here we are going to consider input array of I. So I value is a 0. So here at 0th index we are having a 3. We are going to make sure greater than an input array I plus 1. So here we have 90. So here 3 greater than 90. This condition is not true. So that's why we are coming out. We are not going inside the if condition, and we are not going to swap these values. Then again we are coming here, and I value will increase by 1, and we are going to 5. So this is again we have to get inside the for loop, and here at a first index now we have to consider this as an input array, this one. Now we are not considering this as an input array. So here we have at the first position we are having a 90. So we have to consider now this will change. So at a first position we will have a 90, and this will be our I plus 1. This is a I and I plus 1. So here we have a 10. So 90 is greater than minus 10. So this condition is true. Then we are going to swap this value. So again we have to pass this input array. So here as an input array we are going to consider this will be our input array. Now this will be our input array. So we are passing this as an input array. I 90, I plus 1 minus 10. This will come here. Array of I. Array of I is a 90. Will store in a temp variable. Then again array of j will store in a array of I, which means here array of j is a I plus 1. So which is I plus 1 is at minus 10. So array of I become here minus 10. So now this value comes here and this value becomes 90. So this is what happens after this iteration. Then again we are going to come out and we will have a I value is equal to 2. This time we are going to deal with this array because we have swapped this element, and again we have to go with I. This is I and this is I plus 1. So we have 90 and 11. So here 90 and 11. This condition is again true. Then again we are going to swap the value. After this become 3, this I become 3, and this will remain 5. So here again we are going to deal with this, and here value of I and I plus 1. So this time we have 19 and 15. So here instead of 90 we have 15. This condition is again true. We are going to swap the value. We will come out of the if loop, and then again we are at a 4. Inner for loop, I becomes 4 here. This condition again satisfied. Again we have to do this comparison. So this time we are having a I and I plus 1. So I we have 90 and this I plus 1 become minus 88. So again 90 and minus 88. This condition is again true. Again we are going to swap the element, and after this we are going to complete the first iteration, because here we are going to check 5 greater than 5. This is a false. Then we are not going to inside this for loop. We will come out. So we will come out from this. We will again reach here, and then we have to decrement value of last index. So which now this becomes 4, and here we have to start with length minus 1. This becomes 4, and this is array of length minus 1. So again we have to deal with up to this element, because this element is already sorted. Now we are going to go up to 4th index. So what is going to happen here as a input array, as a second iteration, we will get input array is this one: 3, minus 10, 11, 50, minus 18, minus 88 and 90. So this is gonna be our input array for this second iteration. We will get inside, and here again we are going to perform the same operation. So this we are going to check 3 is greater than minus 10. Yes, this condition is true. Then we are going to swap the element: minus 10, 3, 11, 15, minus 88, 90 after first iteration. Then again we are going to move forward one index. This condition we are going to check 3 greater than 11. This condition is false. Then we are not going to inside. Then we are going to write as it is. So after second iteration we are going to compare these two elements: 11 greater than 15. This condition is false, so we will get as it is. This condition doesn't make, so it will come out of the if loop, and we will get array as it is: minus 88, 90 after third iteration. Then we are going to do the fourth iteration. In here this condition is true, so 15 is greater than minus 88. This condition is true. It will go inside the if condition, and we will get array as a 3, 11. These two elements will swap: minus 88, 15 and 90. So here at a second last position, second iteration, we are going up to the fourth. This is the final stage. Here we are going to we went up to 5. In next one we will go up to the 3. So like that we will do. Here we have secured two position, 15 and 90. These two are sorted, and largest two element we will got at a last two index. So now after two iteration our array will look like this. Last two element is a 15 and 19. We have secured two elements. Now we are going to the third iteration. Here we are going to up to the third, because here we will get after third internal iteration we will get the largest element, third largest element. So again we are going to the third iteration. This is we will consider as a input array, and here after this we have to compare minus 10 greater than 3. So this condition is false, so we are not going to do anything. 3, 11, minus 88, 15 and 19. These two elements we are not going to consider, because these two are already sorted. So after first iteration we are getting this 4 element. Now we have compared this one. Now we have to compare these two. 3 greater than 11. This condition is false. Then again we won't go inside the if condition. We will get as it is: minus 10, 3, 11, minus 88, 15, 90 after second iteration. And now we are going to compare 11 and 88. So this condition is true, 11 greater than 88. Then in this case we are going to swap the elements. Then minus 10, 3, minus 88, 11, 15 and 19. After third iteration our array internal for loop will come out, and again we will reach to the outer for loop. Here we have 3 sorted elements. So now after a third iteration we are going to secure one more element which is a 11. We are going to secure one more element which is a 11. So now after this we have a sorted array which is a minus 10, 3, minus 88, 11, 15 and 90. This again we are going to perform the fourth iteration, fourth outer iteration. Here we have these three arrays, these three elements sorted. We have to deal with these three elements only. So now we are going to do with the first iteration. So here minus 10 greater than 3, this condition is false, then we will get as it is 3 minus 88, 11, 50, 90 after a first internal iteration. Later on again we are going to do for these two. Minus 10, here condition is true, 3 greater than minus 88, then we will have a swap. We are going to swap these two values, minus 88, 3, 11, 50, 90 at a second iteration. So after this we are not going to do any iteration because these are already sorted. We don't need to compare this value because this 11, 15 and 90 is already sorted. So here at this position we will get a one more sorted value which is a 3. So here our output will be 3. So now we have secured 4 positions. Now we are getting into the fifth iteration. Fifth iteration we have this value, and out of these 4 are already sorted. So we have to just iterate only once and we have to check just these two value, minus 10 greater than minus 88. So this condition is true. We will have a swap. So our final output array will be minus 88, minus 10, 3, 11, 15 and 90. So after this at last we will have minus 88 and minus 10. If array length is 6, then we are going to perform 5 iteration. If array length is 4, then we have to do only 3 iterations. So like this it is going to work. And here there is a edge case. So for example, these two elements are same. So minus 10 and minus 10 as an input array. Then what we have to do? We have to swap because this condition we have written greater than. There is a no less than. Then we have written here for a swap condition. We have written here I is equal to j. Then we won't do anything. We simply return and this code should work for that. So I request you to try after watching this video. And what will be the complexity? So here we are going we have written the nested for loop. So in this case complexity will be O of n square. This is the complexity of a bubble sort algorithm in a best case or in a worst case. So now for example, let's say we have 10 elements, then we have to perform 100 iteration. If we have 100 elements, then we have to perform 10,000 iteration. If we have 100 elements, then we have to perform 10,000 iteration. So if there are more elements, then complexity is a O of n square quadratic complexity. In this case, if there are more values, then performance of the bubble sort algorithm will degrade drastically. And if we as an input array we are going for a sorted one, then complexity will be O of n. So this is gonna be your interview question. If can I achieve O of n complexity, time complexity for a bubble sort algorithm? Answer is yes. But if input array is sorted, then only we can achieve O of n. Otherwise complexity will remain O of n square. I hope you understand the bubble sort algorithm, and if you have any doubts, feel free to reach me in a comment section and you will get code URL from the description. I have pushed this code into the GitHub. You can go and you can check out the code. But I request, if you are learning data structure and algorithm, if you are learning sorting algorithms, after understanding this concept, try writing code yourself. If you are not able to write code by yourself, then only go through the GitHub repo. Thank you so much. We will see you in a next session, and don't forget to like and share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe Fundu Testers. See you soon with next algorithm.